My name is Melissa Trimmer. I'm the corporate executive chef here at Dawn Foods. Today we're going to make red velvet cream cheese brownies. These brownies have been made with Baker's Request red velvet cake mix. With a few modified ingredients and a change in how we mix it, our Baker's Request cake mix can act just like a brownie. It's so versatile. First, we're going to start with 10 ounces of water. Next, we're going to add in a pound of whole shell eggs. After that, a pound of granulated sugar. And finally, for my Baker's Request red velvet cake mix, I'm putting in 5 pounds of mix. Once those items are in the bowl, we're going to mix on low for 1 minute. After that, we'll move up to medium speed and mix for an additional 2 minutes. Now it's time to stop, scrape the bowl, and we'll mix for 2 more minutes. But before doing that, I'm going to add 11 ounces of unsalted butter. My butter is room temperature so that it can absorb easily into the batter, and that's really what gives this product its brownie-like feel. After we're done mixing, it's time to load the pan. For this pan, I'm using a Silpat, but any sort of silicone-lined liner will be perfect. It's important that you use the right pan spray. I'm using Bakery Essentials pan spray because it's formulated to unmold perfectly every time. First, I'll spray up the edges and then down the middle. For my batter, I'm going to deposit 3 pounds, 4 ounces for a half sheet. This is another one of those products that I recommend baking in half sheets because with a full sheet, the swirls could become difficult. Once you have the correct deposit in the bowl, we're going to gently pull this to the edges before moving on to the next step. We'll add the cream cheese swirl next. I'm using Dawn Exceptional cream cheese filling in a pouch pack. These pouch packs come in 2-pound pouches, so half of this is just enough for my pan. I'll pipe little dollops and then we'll swirl them. This cream cheese filling can be used in lots of different applications. What I love about this product is that it's bake stable, freeze thaw stable, and comes in so many different flavors. If you're using this in a cream cake application, it will even suspend in the batter while baking. Okay, let's swirl. Lots of different ways to swirl. For this one, we want bigger swirls. So because my hands are gloved, I'm gonna use a finger. So here we go, just around like this. Bigger swirls are better. We want to taste the cream cheese. You'll notice the top of the batter is really textured, and we know that things have to bake evenly, so we're gonna go ahead and fix the top of this. I'm going to spray my parchment paper with hand spray, gently lay it on top, and smooth out the surface. We'll still have some texture when it's done baking, but this will ensure it bakes evenly. If I want to make it really even, I simply use a cup measure with a nice flat bottom. Gently though, we don't want to destroy our pretty layers. Now, check this out. We're ready to go in the oven. We're going to bake these at 350 degrees Fahrenheit until they're set all the way through. Once they come out of the oven, we'll let them cool completely and then freeze before unmolding. I've baked, cooled, and frozen my red velvet cream cheese brownies. So now it's time to unmold and cut. I'm going to use a palette knife to loosen the edges. We'll just kind of slide it in, and if I'm lucky, you'll see it popping up as we loosen. Now that it's loosened, we'll place 1 half sheet on top and another below after we've unmolded. Let's see if we did this right. Yep. Most important step. Take the parchment off. If you forget this step, you'll serve paper to customers, and nobody wants a mouthful of paper with their delicious brownie. So, here we go. So you can see how nice and easily that unmolds. Now it's time to cut. I've got a caramel cutter that I've preset at 3-inch intervals. You can set it for whatever you like. So I'm going to use that to make perfectly even brownies. First, we'll line it up right in the middle, and then depress to make our lines. This tool works really well for candy making as well. So you can see now how quickly I have perfectly even lines. Before I change direction, I'm going to trim the edges off. Look at how pretty those layers are with our cream cheese filling and our red velvet brownies. You can save these edges for things like rum balls or cake pops. I like to throw them on my station for people to snack on so that they don't eat my fancy desserts. Once again, we'll line it up and start from the middle. If you want less trim, you can adjust the cutter accordingly. Look how clean and neat these slices are without having to use a hot knife. That means we're using great mix and great filling. And there you have it, red velvet cream cheese brownie. For more recipe inspiration, visit us at dawnfoods.com.